The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're talking about that moment you realized you needed to raise your standards a little bit. And we have Max on the phone from Woodstock with an epic story. But first, I just want to share this one quickly that I got exiled from Chicago at one point. I had to move to Richmond, Virginia, do radio down there for a little bit. And when you go to Virginia, boy, it's a different world down there when you go on first dates, like what people do for a first date. Like for here, hey, let's go out to the beach or, let's go to a club or whatever. But down there, the girl wanted to go shooting, like shooting guns.
All right, when in Rome.
Yeah. So I said, you know what, sure, let's do that. Let's do that. Go to a shooting range and shoot some guns. So we went out there, and I didn't do too bad, I got to say. I kind of held the gun up there, and I shot straight and hit the target a few times. Not really much of a gun shooter.
You would have cooked because you held the gun up and shot forward?
Yeah, I thought I did pretty good.
That's not too bad. What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I'm not trying to be like under fire like a bank robbery, trying to save people's lives, in that situation. So I hit the target.
That's good.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. She gets up there and takes the gun, folds it up, and puts it back in her pocket. There's no holster there, but it puts it in her pocket. Then she goes, count to 3. And I go, why? And she goes, just do it. And I go, 1, 2, 3. She whips the gun out of her pocket, holds the gun sideways, by the way, and hits 5 bullseyes in a row. And then turned around and threw the gun on the ground. And I said, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't think I should be here.
Awesome. You thought that was how could your standards be higher? She's the number one gunslinger.
She was certainly the number one gunslinger in Virginia. And I don't know, I just got a little terrified. I said, I don't think I need this in my life. Something says, picture something going wrong. How's that going to end?
You think she's going to shoot you?
I just think if she can do that, she can do other things. I don't want to. How am I going to sleep next to that with my eyes? How am I going to do that?
Wow, it's just a woman prepared to keep herself safe, and you're disgusted by it.
I don't think she was necessarily talked about keeping herself safe. I think she may have been talking about doing something to me if I wasn't certainly living up to some standard in her eyes.
I think she thought, like, look, I'm good at something, and you just couldn't take it. Because you're a pansy, and she was better at it than you, and it made you mad.
I'm not denying I'm a pansy. I'm just saying the situation scared me. Max is checking in from Woodstock. Max, ahoy.
Hey, ahoy. How you all doing?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm there. Okay.
Hold on. I can barely understand. Hold on, Max. I can understand your voice is very deep, and it's kind of hard to understand. Pull back from your phone.
Sounds like the guy in the Men in Black movies.
Sorry.
All right. Go ahead, buddy. Tell your story of the moment you realized you need to raise your standards.
I'm going to college down at the University of Texas back in the late 70s.
Okay.
And one of my instructors, very nice lady, so she asked me out. So we went out a couple times, but something wasn't right. I just, you got to remember, she's only a few years older than me, and I'm in my middle 20s.
Got it.
So anyway, we go on this date, and we parted ways and all that stuff. I'll see you in school, blah blah blah. So then about the night, all of a sudden I see the silhouette, and there's a person sitting on my bed. It's her.
Okay.
She came in through the bedroom window.
Oh.
And she wanted to make up, and I'm like, no. And I just, like I was telling another cat, that this is really before 911 got big, so I called the police to get her out of my apartment, right?
Uh-huh.
But when the police showed up, I'm a little taller than her, and the police came after me.
Oh.
They thought I was the intruder.
Oh, no. I like the line, this was before 911 got big. Like it's like a hipster thing.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Mike Shinoda, Brian and Kenzie on Q101 after a glorious weekend in Douglas Park. And it's sad because in a way it kind of, as amazing and incredible and historic as the show was this weekend, I'm telling you, the Foo Fighters, best performance ever, 7th, 8th time I've seen them. I'm telling you, them, Turnstile on Friday night, even the Breeders showing up there, and my wife and her friends watching Tegan and Sarah, enjoying it tremendously. I walked in when Parliament was playing, and I heard one of the greatest guitar solos I ever heard.
Is that right?
From a guy I didn't know who was playing guitar for them, and it was also the longest song ever. It was like one song, like 45 minutes. Ugh. We want the funk. know that song?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the whole weekend with Death Cab for Cutie and the Postal Service and Mars Volta and The Cure in the mud last night. Mud pits. Case was out there braving him like Tom Skilling in the mud.
Yeah, it really showed Morgan Kochmeyer what's up. Kind of gave a really brave weather report on the side of Douglas Park yesterday because I was able to get in before gates were even open because I was talking to the Smoking Popes yesterday. Their set got canceled. And Josh from the Post was like, well, this worked out nice. I go to my daughter's dance recital now. He's like, Riot Fest was kind of in the way of that.
Yeah, you get paid and then do that.
Yeah, so I interviewed him, and that interview will be up in a little bit. But I was able to go out there and sort of hopefully give everybody a heads up before they left their place on what to expect with the conditions yesterday.
Unbelievable time. There's videos up there, of course, of me and Kenzie eating a funnel cake sundae and also sampling
snack.
the Riot Pops. The Riot Pops were unreal. I hope they continue to sell them. I don't know what Riot Fest is planning to do, but that Riot Pop, I'll be buying that all day.
I had a non-alcoholic one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Which one did you have?
I had the red one.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Well,
Is that how you do flavors?
Well, because purple is kind of its own flavor, and orange is both a flavor and a noun, a proper noun, orange.
Uh-huh.
And red could either be cherry or strawberry. I couldn't remember which one it was.
It's cherry. It was named cherry.
But do people know the flavor blue? They know what that is. Like a blue Gatorade, it's, Arctic Blast or whatever, but we all know it as the blue Gatorade. So I don't think what I said was weird.
A little bit. There was cherry, orange, and grape.
I had the purple Nurple is what I had, that 8%.
You saying purple Nurple is uncomfortable.
Is this uncomfortable,
It's
really?
in my HR report. I keep a running list of things Brian
If you
said
hear
to
a
me.
typewriter in the background, it's just Kenzie slaving away on the keys over there.
Well, if I'm going down, I'm saying it a bunch of times. Purple Nurple, purple Nurple, purple Nurple, purple
I have a
Nurple.
couple. It's up there with panties.
If I get fired for saying purple Nurple, what kind of world and society are we living in?
You had a good run. It's a shame we had to come to an end.
But it was a tremendous time, and all the crew members, thank you for seeing everybody out front. But it really was, and I said it's a sad in a way because it is kind of that end of summer now. Now we're just looking forward to Twisted, of course. We have a lot of stuff in between. Don't worry about that. But Twisted Christmas for those big week-long shows that we'll announce, I think, in the next couple weeks here or so. We'll have those shows
I think
for
we're
you.
planning on it next Monday, TBD.
Oh, boy.
We'll see.
Ooh, possibly next Monday. I
Right
guess
on.
I should probably be here.
Yeah, you should.
I'll
Yeah.
put that on my calendar.
Yeah. Get that in there.
Not the day to oversleep, I'll tell you that. That's a big one.
But besides all the big names, of course, and all the interviews that were there, I guess they're a big name. Insane Clown Posse, ICP.
Yeah.
Case bumped into Violent J.
Yeah, I talked to Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse. That interview in video is up at Q101's YouTube channel right now. It's short. Go watch it on your lunch break this afternoon. The audio version of it is also on the Q101 Morning Crew podcast feed right now, so you can listen to the full, unedited version of myself and Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse.
I'm trying to look this up right now, but somebody said hot take, Brian looks like the singer from Viagra Boys.
Oh, I can kind of see that. So Viagra Boys played Riot Fest. If you don't know, they sold out the Salt Shed earlier this year, came back, played Riot Fest, and I could see how Brian, they're like a sleazier version of Brian.
I just looked it up.
I gotta say, I don't know what they look
I don't remember
like.
what he looks like.
Does that make your day there? Let me see here.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
They're both barrel-chested individuals.
He's a handsome man, actually. Is this the Viagra Boys right here? A lot of tattoos.
A lot of tattoos. You have none.
I have none, but also, if he wears a long sleeve tee, you don't see any of them. He's got the perfect sleeve and every tattoo of his stomach, chest,
they're
back.
on his hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's called object permanence. You're right. If something's blocking it, it's not there.
Well, I understand, but sometimes
If there's a bus in front of me, you can't see my pregnant belly. Fun fact.
What I'm saying is, he almost has a shirt on of tattoos where it stops right at the neck t-shirt
You
line.
should be him for Halloween.
How many people want to say, like, so what are you? I'm the lead singer of the Viagra Boys. If you have to explain your Halloween costume, it's not a good costume.
That's not true. I was Puss in Boots and got asked a lot of questions on here.
I think I would know if you were Puss in Boots.
That was a great costume.
Well, anyway, here's some of, speaking of wearing a costume, Violent J, you talked to him about his Chicago experience.
Yes.
The best moments in Chicago for their performances of ICP.
Chicago, is that a town that treats you well?
Yeah.
Any memories jump to mind when you think, oh, man, we were in Chicago this one time and this happened?
Oh, man. One time, Shaggy passed out on stage and couldn't be revived for some reason. And they shut the curtain, and his feet were sticking out on the other end of the curtain still. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the crowd was like, what's happening? What's happening? And the scary thing was we were backstage yelling that even louder. What's happening? It was terrifying. But other than that, we've had the normal, regular, standard chaos and anarchy we always have everywhere. You know, it's been a great time for us. Extra supportive, extra love, you know?
Good.
You're telling me that some Faygo thrown on Too Dope wouldn't have woken him up somehow?
Other than that, everything has been fine. We just almost had one of our members die on stage.
I just like the image of just his feet out of the curtain like a cartoon.
It's like the Wizard of Oz when the house falls on the witch.
No one pulled him in.
No.
He just left.
Oh yeah, you don't want to hurt anything. He's passed out. Gotta be careful.
It's not like there was a knife you had to remove. Pull him in.
I like how he just says, for some reason, we couldn't revive him. Maybe.
I feel like he's leaving some pretty important details out.
A couple of
probably
details.
some activities prior to the show.
Let me just say this. Violent J was everything that you would hope that he would be.
Is that right?
He was so nice. He took photos with everybody. He was hilarious. Like I said, that interview right now is on Q101's YouTube channel.
And all of the stuff from over the weekend on Q101 socials and Q101.com from an epic weekend, another one in the books of Riot Fest.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, we all know Naperville offers a lot of wonderful things for people. They have an incredible downtown with the bars and restaurants there. They're kind of like a mini Chicago's over there in Naperville. You can not have to deal with some of the problems, the expenses of the city, just right there, although Naperville isn't cheap, I'll tell you that. But you can have this little sanctuary out there, this Xanadu out in Naperville, 40 miles from downtown, 35, 40 miles. But something new is coming to Naperville if you live out in that area. And when I saw this, it just seemed weird, the headline. And here's what it was. That new indoor pickleball facility now open in Naperville. Now, this might just be a me thing. You tell me, Kenzie, that it feels like that the fad is over and then they've missed it. I'm wishing them success. It sounds like a great thing. Anybody that invests in a community with a new place to do things like that are all, people, it's been rising. It's heard about pickleball. I'm not saying nobody plays pickleball anymore, but that just seems like a place to me that they'll have to figure out what to do with in a year.
Okay, so I think you're wrong.
Okay, I hope I am.
I think the fad is not over. However, it will be. You know what I'm saying? It's not done yet.
Okay.
But it's like, just, do what's tried and true. Build a tennis court. And if that's too big for you, you play within, like, the lines and stuff. Like, there's other lines on a tennis court, right?
Yeah.
Play, make the court smaller for the game. I don't know why you just start with the smaller courts, then when it's over, like, you can make tennis smaller. You'd be like, we're going to play from this line to this line or whatever.
Right.
But you can't make the pickleball court bigger.
Yeah.
Why build a small-ass tennis court?
Well, this place has 11 courts indoor. It's called Sure Shot Pickleball. I don't know if anybody plays pickleball, if any of our listeners.
I feel like we almost can't say that on the radio.
What's that?
It's close. That name is tough. That's going to lead to a lot of cursing.
Sure Shot Pickleball.
Yeah.
Sure Shot.
You have to dump. We're going to have to dump our breaks just because we're talking about pickleball.
Listen, I'm rooting for them. Anybody, again, they built this beautiful place, and they've got like 2 months free if you sign up now as a founding member. If you want to go there and play all the time, I guess. And it just seems.
What do you mean you could be a founding member? Like you have to donate money to it?
Well, because it's new. So it opens up October 2nd. So if you're the first person, then you're like a founding member. It makes it sound kind of cool, right? You paid money first to go in, I guess.
That's what I'm asking. Like, is that extra money? Like, you're a founder. Like, no, thank you.
No, you're not you're not part of the insurance plan and everything. All founding members will receive a free Sure Shot Pickleball t-shirt, hat, visor, and towel. How about that for founding members? And here we go. Your rate will never increase as long as you keep your membership active as a founding member. That's pretty good. If you're all into pickleball. I'm just curious if anybody plays pickleball. I hear
so many people play pickleball, and I believe I could be wrong.
Well,
Isn't it just the same
thing.
thing as tennis? It's exactly the same. It's
No,
just smaller.
It's a smaller court. It's on a paddle. So I guess it's easier. I'm not trying to demean pickleball, but I'm just saying tennis is hard. It's a big court. You got to run around and get exhausted.
That's what I'm saying. You can make it smaller, though. Like, you yourself could be like, let's play within these lines or whatever.
Make tennis smaller?
Yeah.
But the ball moves a lot faster. I think pickleball is more kind of like a glorified ping pong.
The ball? How does the ball move slower?
It's just more like
You use a ping pong ball on the tennis court?
But tennis is like If someone wants to explain pickleball better to me, I've just seen the videos, and I don't know if any of our listeners play pickleball. And if they do, then I'm going to call this place Sure Shot and try to make some deals for everybody. Try to get us all in there. Maybe we should be playing it. I don't know. It just seems old to me already. It seems like it's a fad that's already gone. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but if you want to chime in at 312-591-8300.
It's just like, do what's tried and true. Build some tennis courts.
Yeah.
I'm not watching pickleball in the Olympics. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, let me put this to you then. Like, this kind of a fad
I'm not even
thing.
sure tennis is in the Olympics, though.
Tennis is in the Olympics.
It probably is, right? Volleyball is there.
Can you Google if tennis is in the Olympics?
Is it? I think it is, right?
He can't even. He's still busy working back there on stuff.
Let me Google, is tennis in the Olympics real quick. I'll move that to the top of my list.
Thanks,
I
bud.
suppose I could do it.
Hey, man, appreciate you.
Hey, man, thanks. I appreciate it.
He's editing like 900 Riot Fest videos and interviews to put up on the website for y'all. I don't know, but I just don't know if anybody really plays it. And
Oh, maybe it's not.
what's that?
Because the number one Google thing is, why isn't tennis an Olympic sport? So I feel like is it not?
Oh, God.
I don't know. Wait, this one.
What's your name?
Oh, he's answering the phones there, trying to get some pickleball people on there in the other room. Case the producer is good. Dustin checked in. I played pickleball, and it sucks. Little rackets and a wiggle ball. I don't know what that means. I just think it's a smaller ball. Now, listen, I'm not demeaning if you play it. If you play it, I love it. This is a good place, probably, this Sure Shot Pickleball in Naperville. Sean checked in. I've texted about this before, but I absolutely refuse to play pickleball because some annoying people I know play it, and that I am that petty. Okay, I'm done. LOL.
Oh my God.
Just because annoying people. It just seems like everybody started talking about it in the last, year or two. And it's one of those weird things where I don't know if it's a big thing or if it's just people talk about it being a big thing. And then you just think it's big, but it's not. Does that make sense?
I just think it's unnecessary. Like, why do we have to make a middle version? Like, you have table tennis.
Right?
Okay, you have ping pong table tennis, right?
Yeah.
And then you have normal tennis. And then we had also to make a middle, what is this? Goldilocks of sports? Why do we need three of them?
There's another one. There's one called My Brother Plays Paddleball, which is more extreme than pickleball.
There's not that many versions of everything else.
I know.
It's annoying.
Let's see here. 708 checked in. The Park District Commissioner here on the Southwest side. We are inundated with requests for more pickleball courts. We've installed 6 outdoor courts throughout the area, and we're still not meeting the demand. Ryan says that, the Park District Commissioner on the Southwest side. Well, thanks, Ryan, for checking in on that. Wasn't aware. This is what I want to educate and learn.
People can demand things all day long, but they still decide that they get bored with them.
I guess. Adam's checking in from Naperville. He played in the U.S. Open of pickleball. Okay, Adam.
Stop it.
What's going on, bud?
Hey, how's it going? Adam Moody from Naperville, Illinois.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, this year me and my dad played in the U.S. Open of pickleball down in Naples, Florida.
Okay. And so have you played this for years before anybody found out about it?
I started playing in 2021, all right? Me and my dad go down to Naples a lot. He's got a place down there, and that's really the mecca for pickleball. They have like a 64-court outdoor facility. It's sweet. You got to check it out if you're ever in Naples.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
but
I'll do
you
that.
started playing in 2021, and you already made it to the U.S. Open.
We're not professionals by any means. We played in the 3.5 division, but everyone really plays down. They're all sandbagging it, but we took silver. Me and my dad played together.
It can't be, I mean this in a nice way, it can't be that hard if you're going to take silver. The U.S. Open started in 2021.
Yeah.
Serena and Venus were training from birth.
Me and my dad are both 6'5", like basketball guys, so we're pretty athletic still. I'm 21, and he's about 58. So we had to play in the 19-plus open division.
Yeah.
We were playing with a bunch of young guys. I did play a little bit of tennis in high school, and pickleball definitely is easier because the court is smaller, and we're 6'5", so it's pretty easy to dominate when you're big.
There should be a height limit on pickleball. At 6'5", you better get your ass on a tennis court.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, this conversation started when I brought up I saw that Naperville's opening up a new indoor pickleball courts. 11 courts. This place is called Sure Shot Pickleball. I have no stake in this place at all. I just found it interesting that feeling.
Brian, I would love to find out that you invested so much money in this. And you're like, you know what we have to talk about tomorrow, guys?
Got to get this on here to help Harper's college fund. Hey, if they want me to come out there and learn pickleball and become an official endorser of pickleball, check it out. Maybe it's something I'd like. I've never played pickleball, and it feels like it's just late, but I guess I'm wrong. And that's what I wanted to find out with you guys today because people are checking in. Jenny in Lakeview says, I sell pickleball T-shirts, PBS shirt. So it's PB shirt, pickleballshirt.com. And it's a personality trait of hers now, she said. It's just
That's crazy, because if I see PB, I'm going peanut butter.
Me too.
I'm not going sport. I'm going treat.
Now, I like this kind of controversy. Dustin checking in from Naperville says, I'm a disc golfer, and pickleball courts are popping up next to disc golf courts. Yes, in Naperville. They're all over the place already. And so people are saying that, Brian, you're wrong. In the suburbs, it is monstrous. So every
but a
corner.
lot of people also agreed with me saying, right, just build a tennis court and then play pickleball on it.
But then they fight over it. Because then the tennis people come in and they're probably older and they're like, hey, I want to play tennis and I can't play now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Not really.
I think you're right.
They're just building that court anyways. It doesn't matter.
I'm kind of looking at this a little bit like when you say tennis, I'm looking at it like skiers versus snowboarders.
No, it's not that different. I really don't think so.
Because boarders will go on the hill and then the skiers get in their way and they get mad, but the skiers go against the snowboarders, kind of the tennis and pickleball people maybe.
I way prefer snowboarding over skiing.
Right. See? You're one of those people that would run through a skier.
I don't understand the concept of when I fall on skis. It takes me like 45 minutes to stand up. A snowboard, you unbuckle a foot. I don't get it.
That goes just to what maybe
It's
pickleball is
horrible.
snowboarding.
The skis are as tall as I am. I can't do it.
Pickleball is snowboarding and skiing is tennis. Because tennis is harder, right?
Somebody texted something so inappropriate.
What'd they say? Something inappropriate? Well, we can't read that. Let's not do that.
Did you just see it?
I didn't.
It's so bad.
I'm going to skip it then.
Sorry, I wanted to read it, but you won't let me.
That's right, because I'd like to keep our jobs a little longer. Natasha, Kenzie wants vacation, I know. Natasha, the massage therapist, checking in from Round Lake. Ahoy, Natasha.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
Yeah.
So what were you calling about?
Well, the pickleball, it's a tricky situation. It is very similar concept to tennis. Paddle the same. Like I said, I have tons of clients, even their kids. These people are like in their 50s and 60s playing pickleball.
Yeah, your phone's a little noisy there too, but it sounds like you're very busy massaging people that have pickleball injuries or need some rehab and therapy from it.
Yeah, so like I said, with any sport, it's gonna take a toll on your body. You know, it's not just legs and knees. It's a lot of back and forth. It's your arms, your elbows. People get tennis elbow.
What's it called? Pickleball elbow now?
It's
Pickled bones.
People who don't play tennis get tennis elbow. So it's a name they give it. I don't quite understand it either. I laugh at it, but it's a lot. It's pretty big. I mean, that's in the Bannockburn area, Lake Forest, Deerfield area. Like, I have a client goes 2 to 3 times a week, and they serve liquor. Like, it's a club. It's like a big thing, like golfing. You go, you golf, and then you have drinks after.
Yeah, I think that's what this new place is kind of like, where basically you can go, and thanks for checking in and let us know you're massaging a lot of pickleball people. Pickleballs?
A lot of pickleballs. A lot of pickleball massages.
Scary B checking in. Ahoy, Scary B. I haven't talked to you in a little while. What's up? Hello, Scary B.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Hey, so I got a part-time, right? And I work at the gym. And at the gym, we sign up people alone just for pickleball. And it brings in like thousands of dollars just for pickleball. And it's usually a lot of the older crowd that comes in that doesn't really use the gym facility. And they just, like, Lifetime just went through this whole pickleball tournament from amateurs to professionals. And it's been around for a while, but it really didn't pop off or didn't get too crazy until like 2019, 2020. You know, and the owner of Lifetime, he's been putting pickleball courts into all of his facilities and cutting the basketball courts in half.
Oh, hell no.
And
Hey, I don't want any of that. We can't reduce basketball courts. We need more
Oh, you're a
basketball
big
courts.
baller, Brian? Is that a big problem for you?
I like the idea that I can go when I want to go. I don't have a lifetime membership.
You never go.
That's true, yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, before we put a bow on this pickleball conversation, everybody's really saying it's just blowing up everywhere. Courts are rising, and Dan's checking in. Dan, where are you checking in from?
I'm in Forest Park.
Forest Park. And are you a pickleball enthusiast, or what's going on with you?
I am not a pickleball enthusiast. I played it in high school, so that was almost 30 years ago. But
Wait, it was a big deal back 30 years ago? I never heard of it before until the pandemic.
It wasn't a big deal. It was you know how when you're a senior in high school you could take blow-off courses? So we took leisure sports, and it was one of those sports that we learned. So we learned bowling, golf, pickleball, shuffleboard, that kind of
Listen,
stuff.
I'm not ripping on pickleball. I think if people enjoy it, whatever does keeps you active, go do it. I was just shocked that you built these indoor courts in Naperville, but apparently it's not a big deal because they're propping up everywhere, like Arlington Heights, Palatine, Schaumburg, and Naperville now too. So anyway, what's on your mind?
Well, so anyways, I'm a scout, so I look for places to do some filming, and I was scouting a bunch of pickleball courts, and I've talked to a few people, and it sounds like, pickleball is pretty hot, but it's moving towards pilota, or pilota is the new sport. So if you want to get on the cutting edge, that's the new sport to check out.
Wait, pilota?
Yeah, I guess it's a Spanish-like sport. It's coming from Spain. I don't know too much about it, but I guess it means ball. So it's more of like a racquetball sort of situation that's kind of buzzing, and people are starting to pick it up and play that sport.
Okay, I just Googled it. There's guys with a racket and a helmet, actually, too. And they rip this ball back and forth to each other, it looks like. It looks a little more entertaining. I don't know.
I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. If you want to get on the cutting edge there, I guess pick up that sport.
I do want to be on the cutting edge, so thank you for checking in, Dan.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, later, bud. It's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. The United Auto Workers are on strike against General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis. They're demanding higher wages, better benefits, and for Stellantis to change its name back to Chrysler. Because what kind of name is Stellantis? Breakfast cereal sales are in sharp decline. Sales are so bad the Honeycomb Hideout is being rented out as an Airbnb. Cereal sales so bad Captain Crunch asked Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis to vouch for him. One of the main reasons both the Army and Navy failed to meet their recruiting goals is that many potential recruits are disqualified because of obesity. So the only colonel in their life will be Sanders. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.